Welcome back, YouTube. It's been a while, and today the XC70 is getting new horns because the horns crapped out on us. Who expected that? It's only up to 45 degrees out here in the garage. Of course, it's the coldest part of winter when the horns break. So let's get to it. All right, YouTube. We drove my daughter back to campus after her Christmas holiday winter break in the freezing cold. Went to honk the horn as we drove away in the freezing cold temps as she's in her apartment waving at us through the window. And here's what the horn sounds like. That's pathetic. Let's try it one more time. Oh, that's good. Yeah, so pretty much what we got is we got a high one working pretty much and a low one that's pretty much just not working or just vibrates like a duck. So it's almost all high pitch and it's not even working that great. So we're replacing them with the Hellas. All right, horns are sitting right behind the grill. I think you can actually probably pull the grill out, but I don't want to break it. I don't want to break my bumper. So I can pull the whole grill off. It's super easy to do. But remember, it's electric, so I need to, crap. Got to pop the garage door. I got 2 heaters going in here for like 2 hours, and we're up to 45 degrees finally. Pop that. I need to disconnect the battery. So let's do that real quick, and then we'll pull this front off. I'm not going to show you how to do that. You know how to do it. It's 2 little covers off of right there, 2 10mm bolts in there. There are 2 T25 hex bolts or TT Torx that release the grabbers on the fender mounts. And then it'll come down. I'm not even going to disconnect the fog lights. I'm not taking off the winglets underneath. We're just going to prop it so it'll sit on a little container, hold it up in the air. Car's not even up in the air because I have no intention of laying on that cold ground. It's barely 45 degrees in here and about to drop as soon as I open that door to get the battery disconnected. Battery's disconnected and I lied. It's warmer outside than it is inside. So that garage is staying open for a few minutes with the heaters on. We're going to double up with some Colorado Sunspill. Alright, YouTube, so what exactly are we installing? So I pulled this off all apart the other day, playing with it just to see if it had a loose connection or something on the horns, and that one was totally dead, this is the high tone on the OEM, and that's the low tone. I don't know what the hertz are. But anyway, pulled that one apart. It was like, I found one online that was 65 bucks, but it wasn't it said that was the low tone and gave me a part number. But the picture said the high tone, so that wasn't very confidence-inspiring for 65 bucks. Also, Volvo doesn't put an OEM part number on those damn things. You'll find it at FCP Euro. You'll find a part number, but it's not printed on that horn anywhere. All that's on there is just a generic number on the bell, the plastic little diagonal or spiral bell of the horn. So what I decided to go with is some Hellas. You can find these on FCP, IPD. I got these off of Amazon, 35 bucks, $37 I think. They are Hella 003399801 Supertones, and we have a 500 hertz. Let's see if I can figure out which one's which. This is the 500 hertz. This is the high tone, and 300 hertz, which is a low tone. So again, where they're mounted up. When I looked at this the other day, OEM. High tone, low tone. The low tone's the one quacking like a duck, and the high tone's barely working. And when it was cold, it was even worse than it sounded just a few minutes ago. So we're gonna pull this off, get those on. Those were 35 bucks versus $65 for one that I wasn't even sure it was gonna be the right one. So let's see what happens. All right, YouTube, I'm doing this inside because it is freaking cold outside. The planet is turned to Hoth for the winter. So here's what I created. I created 4 little splices. So if I understand this wiring diagram, these are gonna hang like this. The Volvo quick disconnects on the OEM Volvo are right here on both sides. So there and there. So that means these, when I flip them over, there's a Volvo quick connect. It's got to come across to here. So I just made these little extensions because I'm going to cut the quick connect out. I can always just pull these off of here, nice and easy. So they will be removable. So I just need to jump on both of these from where that quick connect is to the other side. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the white is going to be my positive, and I think it connects to a red with a black, or a black with a red line in the car. That's the positive flow, and then the black will connect to black on the butt connectors to go to negative or return to negative. So that's the plan. I created these little extensions just, pretty much to go from one side to the other. and mount onto the back with the little, these were like 6 millimeters. Nice and easy. They just connect right there. So that's more than enough wire, I believe, to make it work. If not, I can redo it. Got plenty. I think it came with like 40 feet of wire. And then I'm going to just put some heat shrink on here and just kind of seal these up a little bit. These heat shrink directly, but I always get a little bit worried about crimping these. These aren't the melt type. They're just the crimp type. So I always get a little bit worried about them when I crimp them if I puncture this shrink tube. So I'm going to run another shrink tube over the top of it before I put it in the car and then seal it shut with an extra layer. So that's the plan. All right, check it out. This is what I've created. Just kind of cut a little half segment of one of these shrink tubes, heated it up with a little lighter in here in the house where it's nice and warm. I've got these two ready to go out in the garage. I set these two up as just a test to show what it'll look like. I'm actually thinking maybe I should have gone an inch longer on these connectors. I do think these are a bigger diameter than the current OEM horns, so I should have enough. Just kind of curious, when I cut the connector in there, I can probably bend these a little bit and get, I could actually run them through there. Bend these connectors a little bit and get a little bit more throw. Instead of coming all the way up here and around, we could go that way underneath. So yeah, I think this will work. I can make these work. Let's head to the garage and go freeze our butt off. Hey, right now, stop. I'll wait for you. Come back to me when you get this done. But right now, jump down there, hit pause, jump down there, hit subscribe. It's 45 degrees out. At least you can help me monetize this thing. Jump down there, hit subscribe. I'll wait for you to come back and we'll continue with the video. All right, quick and easy. The front bumper facade is off, as you have seen before. There's our culprit. This one is basically just vibrating like a dead duck, and this one's a little work, but not great. I don't know, is it normal that these things don't work in cold weather? Oh, hey, that mounts on the left. It's only that side that's got to go across to the other side. I had this backwards in my mind. I thought they were both connectors here. So it's just that side's got to be the long one. This one can be short. So piece of cake. This is our dead culprit. I think it's just a 10 millimeter right there, and it comes out with a quick release. So let's play. Quick question, YouTube. How in the world does a car in Sweden's horn stop working on a very cold winter day in Colorado? I mean, that's probably like a early May temperature in Sweden. This car is meant to be driven in the cold. It was made in the cold, designed in the cold. Cold day in Colorado, it was probably 4 degrees that day when we went to honk the horn. And it was, that was it. That's all we got out of that thing. So, is this normal? Do horns die? Never heard of that. Weird. All right, YouTube, and just to prove it, it's a Swedish car. It's on the back on the 2007 XC70. I'm inside the right rear passenger door on the back door. It says right there, made in Sweden. A lot easier access if you just kind of pull the tabs, push these in, push those in, and there's push tabs on the bottom here. You just rotate that out of the way. I just have this sitting on a towel so it doesn't tip over, and it will sit in front of the car. Just stay there. Now I can get to the horns nice and easy with nothing in my way. Left, right. Just realized something. This is our dud. This is our quacking like a dead duck, and there's no part numbers anywhere on here. It just has some the numbers are they're all tied to this belt. Oh wait, there's something. Nope, not a Volvo part number. Made in Italy. Maybe that's the problem. Made in Italy, not designed for Sweden? I don't know. But here's, just realized I got an issue because this is threaded into the actual horn bracket. This one is straight. So I'm actually hoping that I can use this bracket and take it off the horn. And we're going to replace it onto, that should work. We can make that work. Oh, YouTube, I thought this would be easy. I know I've seen people do it. So here's the OEM horn bracket. It fits on the back of there, just like that. And I think this is an M6. So 6 millimeter shaft. And it will fit through there. And this bends so it sits back a little bit from the front. The Hella. Those are straight. So if I put them in, and this is drilled out as an M8, so it's a little bit bigger bore than the hole there. Look how far in front that sits. That ain't gonna work because I got a grill that's got to sit there. So Let me hold this one up because it's still got the bracket on it. You can see that these sit just barely in front of the black bracket, right? If I set that up there and mount it where it's supposed to be, and the threads are part of the bracket, the M6 bolt. So this has a bigger bore, which is an M8 bore or whatever, a little bit bigger. And it'll sit in front. So what I'm coming up with is I just got back from Ace Hardware and I got a bolt, an M8 that I can get through here with I think I got a 30 millimeter. There's a space of about 30 millimeters on the back before I start hitting the rubber inside fairing there, air guide on the back side of this metal plate. So my thought is, these are straight. Oh, the other thing is, these curvy brackets aren't big enough to get around the housing on the Hella. Do you see that? Ain't gonna work. It's gonna hit. And this is an M6 and not an M8, because I pulled one of those nuts off, and that's an M8 nut. So that ain't gonna work. So my thought is put a bolt in here, 30 millimeters with I got a spacer, and I got some washers and a nut for the back, and we'll move this so it hangs vertical. But we're going to move it back about 30 millimeters or so. We'll play with that and see if we can get it to the right distance. And then it'll sit like that, just barely in front. Hopefully there's enough space for the grill. If not, I'm going to have to pop the grill out to get this back on. And maybe we'll go to one of the cool black ones, because there's the back side of the grill. It's got some depth to it. So, not really sure how much space I got to play with. We'll, let me see what happens here. I'm not optimistic all of a sudden. Thought this would be like a 1 hour, take everything off, bolt it on. I thought the wiring was going to be the hard spot. I haven't even cut this yet because I'm afraid to, now that I know that I got a spacing issue. And if I get my M8 right, I got to drill this hole out just a little bit, which is fine because this is not threaded. So it's the back of the Volvo bracket that's got the threads. You can see them there. Yep, that's where I'm at. All right, YouTube, so I got it connected. I just did the butt joint on here, went ahead and clipped it. I have black to black, so that's continuing, and then my red with the black stripe, which is my positive, is going to the white. And I connected the battery, and here you're with me. I disconnected the other OEM horn, so all that's hooked up like now is one Hella. Oh boy, that's loud. That's the low tone. All right, let me see if I can get this mount to work, and then we'll worry about doing that one. All right, YouTube, it works. Battery, I connected it and pushed the button. It works. Here's the system I came up with. The Hella comes with 3 of these, all sitting together. I took 2 of them off, so it's just one. So you can see it's got some flexibility in it. So hopefully it's not going to be so stiff. And break the back of the plastic grill. We'll see if I can get that close. But here's what I came up with. I have the bolt, 2 washers, this stainless steel spacer, or steel spacer, it's not stainless steel. And then I have a locking nut on the top. Who knows if it's going to stay? It's really hard to get to. We're going to do the same thing over here and cross our fingers that it works. I'm actually going to, since I'm taking these 2 of these, there's 3 of these mounting plates mounted in tandem. I will show you on the back of this one because I haven't touched it yet. So there's 3 of them. See how it's a triple? I am going to take it down to just the 2, and then I'm going to clock it so that it is going to be like that. I'll have to remember that this is now, that the downside is now the positive. So, because that flips. But anyway, that's what we're going to do. We're going to get this, this is the higher pitch, the 500 hertz. We mount it on that side and cross our fingers everything works. Oh my God, YouTube. I just connected the battery and tested out 2 horns. Obviously this one's mounted in and working just fine. Just got the wiring connector, just crimped them on the butt junctions there. I have not heat shrinked them or double sealed them or put them in a new harness, but it works. It is extremely loud. Oh my goodness, that is such an improvement. All right, YouTube, I'm going to give you the comparison. I'm going to paste in here the old audio file of the old honk compared to the new one. So here we go. It's all hooked up, batteries reconnected, and we're going to give it a shot. Oh my God, that was loud. Okay, here's what the old one sounded like. And we'll give you another one. Oh my God, that hurts. No more, no more. Oh my god, that is a proper loud horn. Yeah, the hard part wasn't the wiring. Hard part's the hardware to get it to mount. And now I gotta see if I can get the grill back on. I might have to take the gray part of the grill out until figure this part out. But they are working horns and they are extremely loud. Yeah, let's do that. And we'll have a working car for a little bit till something else breaks. All right, now I got my little intake shroud. It's supposed to make sure the air comes in, but doesn't that fold up and block it? That's kind of odd. Seems like it should be down somehow. Kind of odd. See if I can, oh, you know, it's supposed to go underneath. Should slide right underneath there on the gray of the grill. Bet you $5 it doesn't. See if I can do it. See if I can pay attention to it when I put it back together. And hopefully that gray crate Volvo grill will just fit over the top of those red hell of a lot of horn. All right, YouTube, first test fit. I don't even have it on all the way, but I can push it with my knee, get it all the way back, and I still have, I got like a ½ an inch or so. So we are good. Yeah, loving it. You can just see the red horns inside there. See if I can find it. That one's kind of hard to see. That one you can see a little bit better. Oh yeah, here we go. Let me get it back together and we'll take it for a drive. Well, alrighty then, YouTube. Yeah, if I can, this is a perfect, if I can do it, you can do it. I thought the hard part would be the electrical. I got that was pretty easy. The hard part for me was getting the hardware to mount out and figure out how I was going to do it. So it's all in there. It is extremely loud. Louder than those horns have ever been. Matter of fact, it's so loud. I might do it on Ragnar this summer, but not when it's 40 degrees in the garage. So it's been a while. I'm trying to stay warm. Feeling much better. Soccer season's coming up. Gotta get fit. Bronchitis is gone. Remember, if I can do it, you can do it. Be safe out there. Have fun.